Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice for radio. So today we need to talk about a new Prismatic Evolutions product, which has gone and been revealed. Now, this has been shared by TCG Alerts over on Twitter. And it seems to be we're getting a new Prismatic Evolutions product dropping at the end of August over at Sam's Club. Although, just use a reminder here, and this should be obvious, but let me say it out loud. As with anything, until it's been properly revealed and all of that, everything is subject to change. But I've been sent this from Sam's Club this morning, and honestly, it checks out. Cannot guarantee, as always, everything that doesn't come with a "here is a new official announcement" box should always be taken with a pinch of salt. But this does seem to be legit. And one of the things that I look at this is, firstly, oh great, it's another one of those boxes that gives us stamped cards. And it is, let's be clear, right? That is the regular Lucario from Prismatic Evolutions, but it's got a new stamp. That is a regular Tyranitar, but he's got a new stamp. Although I did show you a winning list for that Tyranitar the other day, and that, with Ignition Energy now in the format, that Tyranitar is actually getting kind of cheeky good. But no, what's more important here is boatload of Prismatic Evolutions. From what I can see here, it looks like 14 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. 2 rows of 4 and 2 rows of 3. This is what is going to make this set good. And here's the thing. They've gone and put promos in it, and that's lovely. Like a nice little promo. I've said a bazillion times at this stage that these new style of, just straight reprints of a stamp are not the same as alternate art or mechanically unique promos or anything like that. But it is still better than a straight reprint, so, partial credit. But it really doesn't matter. The cards that are featured here are basically completely irrelevant. Nobody cares because it's a boatload of Prismatic Evolutions. And what I would say to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen watching, is, have you tried buying any Prismatic Evolutions lately? Now, I will give Pokemon endless credit because I think they have done a pretty good job of making Prismatic Evolutions available. By that, I do not mean that it has been easy to find everywhere. I do not mean that everyone has been able to buy as much as they want. I haven't been able to buy as much as I want. What I mean is, it has been a lot more available than other equivalent sets, and they have clearly up to the printing, and they have gotten better in terms of making these cards available on the Pokemon Center. It does not mean job done. It just means better than it has been in the past. That's what I mean. But it's not been perfect. And that means there are a lot of people out there that still want to buy a lot of Prismatic Evolutions. How do we fix this? This kind of box, and you know what? Yes. Love it. Big fan. And this is going to look kind of familiar because Sam's Club got this before. It's one of the reasons why, despite the low quality image we've got, it seems absolutely believable because we've seen this before. The Sea and Sky Crown Zenith box that was a Sam's Club exclusive. Yeah, that. This is that. That box gave us 14 packs of Crown Zenith, and it gave us 2 Pokemon Vs, and a jumbo of one of them, and non-V cards of the same Pokemon. Well, go back to here, and what do we see? 2 EXs, one of them is a jumbo, and each of them gets a non-EX version along with 14 packs. It is the same box. Exactly the same. Well, it's not exactly the same box, but you know what I mean. In terms of how it's laid out, literally exactly the same. Same number of packs, same configuration of quote-unquote promos. They have basically done what they did for Crown Zenith and repeated it for Prismatic Evolutions. But this is so much better than the Sea and Sky box, and the reason is really simple. When the Sea and Sky box released, it was a good way to get Crown Zenith, But that set was never that difficult to get hold of. Again, I'm not saying it was always easy to get everything you wanted, but I'm saying there was a long period of time where Crown Zenith was out there and you could probably get what you wanted. That is not the case, as I've told you just in this video, for Prismatic Evolutions. Things have been different. So for that reason, launching this box and going, hey, here's that set you wanted. Genius. Absolutely genius. Love it. The problem is, it is gonna get potentially a little bit silly. I'll be honest with you. It's gonna get a little bit silly because this is gonna basically become instantly the best way to get Prismatic Evolutions. Because firstly, it's actually gonna be out there and available. And secondly, it's got 14 packs. Like, up till now, we have had ourselves the Ultra Premium Collection, which, to be fair, did come with a boatload of packs. It's a great product. And I know not everyone was able to get hold of one, and a lot of sympathy for anyone that wasn't able to get one, because it was a very cool product. I hope everybody watching was able to get hold of one, but I know that's not necessarily terribly realistic. But it was a great product, came with a bunch of packs. Well, now that product is long gone, and we're left with a mad scrabble to try and get everything we can. Well, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to help out some people. It's not going to help out everyone. I don't live in the US. I ain't going to go to Sam's Club and pick this up. I would like to go to Sam's Club and pick this up. I would be delighted to. I don't think it's going to happen. And that's rubbish. But hey-ho. Now, one of the big questions people are going to have here is going to be in terms of price. We don't have a price for this yet, but again, it is literally the same as a Sea and Sky box from last year. Now, that one retailed for $40, which incidentally was an absurd price. I can't see this one being that cheap, but still, that was a bit of a bargain, frankly. And it did reappear at Black Friday as well, so there is a chance this thing keeps coming back. I rather suspect this one will be a bit more expensive, but still, 14 packs of Prismatic Evolutions, I think we're going to be all right. And we can compare this to something like the Salamence and Reshiram EX Premium Collection I showed you the other day, and that was 2 Stamped EXs and a Jumbo Stamped EX. But then just a bunch of, regular packs. This is not really any more exciting in terms of promos, but then you look at all the packs and you're like, yes, that's phenomenal. For what it's worth, they are stamped EXs, so at least the 2 EXs you get are stamped. That's kind of cool. And the Jumbo Lucario is properly exclusive. That Jumbo Lucario doesn't exist elsewhere. So at least we got those. The regular cards seem a lot less interesting. And like I've said, Tyranitar here actually kind of cool, because what we got with Tyranitar is 1 energy, 50 for each energy attached to this Pokemon. So what you do is you kind of attach energy as you go, but also Ignition Energy is free energy when attached to an evolution Pokemon. And sure, it falls off at the end of your turn, but that's 100. It says no other energy on there, has 150 damage on a 340 HP stage 2. That's kind of brilliant. This Tyranitar is a bit legit. Lucario less so. I'm going to be honest with you. Single energy 50, alright in pocket, terrible in regular TCG. 2 energy 100, and then next turn it does 100 more damage. 2 energy 200 is alright, but 2 energy 100 and then it does 200 as long as you don't switch to the bench or get KO'd or anything. It will keep doing it. No. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This Lucario, it's just not very good. But that's not really the point. Prismatic Evolutions remains one of the best sets we've had, maybe ever. Certainly in terms of value. It's still got that Umbreon in, which is, really at this point, the grail of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet era. And you know what? That alone makes it very, very, very enticing. If you're picking this up, you're basically going, hang on a second, that's 14 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. And then the promos are kind of cool, but that's really not the point of this product. If, however, you're like me and you don't live in the US and you know we're near Sam's Club, gutted? You never know. Might appear elsewhere, though. Fingers crossed. For now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And please do make sure you leave a like and a comment with the new YouTube algorithm. It is so much more important than before to leave likes and comments. I would really appreciate it. And we need to finish giving a shout out to one of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/PTCG So shout out to the lovely Canto Royalty, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.